Hi guys, welcome back to yet another episode on Guesstimates. Today we are going to estimate the number of liters of Coca-Cola consumed in Delhi per day. And just to summarize the approach that we follow, we'll ask clarifying questions, take reasonable assumptions, identify the approach and calculate our answer and take easy numbers, and then do a sanity check in the end. So let's get started. Now, before we deep dive into the solution, while you're preparing for guesstimates, you need to be well versed with certain demographics, like what is the population of Delhi, what is the population of India, and what is the typical structure breakdown between urban and rural sector. So these are going to be super useful while you're solving guesstimates. Now here, if we look at this solution, our starting point is what is the population of Delhi. So it's around 20 million. And then the basic assumptions and approach that we need to follow while we are solving this guesstimate, right? Some assumptions that we take into account can be that it's a typical summer day, and we've used the demand side approach, that is how many consumers consume X liters of Coca-Cola daily. And another assumption that I've taken is that there's only one variety of Coca-Cola sold in the soft drinks department and in the soft drinks segment, and the overall market share, I've taken that to be around 60%, and the remaining being captured by its competitors. Now, out of the 20 million population that we have here, not everybody will consume Coca-Cola, right? So next thing that I've taken is what is the percent of population below poverty line. So I've taken that to be around 30% that is below poverty line, and hence it does not consume cola. And remaining population, that's 14 million, that is what we are concerned with. Now, even within this 14 million, we will have children and we will have elderly, right? Senior citizens who do not consume cola. So I've taken the typical drinking population age group to be around 5 to 40 years. And of this, I've assumed that 60% of 14 million falls in this age bracket. That is around 8.4 million. Now, just to simplify your calculations, you could have taken 8.4 million to be around 8 million. And then next thing now, what we need to do is we need to divide this population into high, moderate, and low consumers, and then a certain section which does not consume cola in this age group for XYZ reasons. So dividing the 8.4 million population into high consumers, I've taken the percentage to be around 20, 30, 40, and 10% for high, moderate, and low consumers, and people who do not consume cola at all. Then next, within that percentage also, what I've done is I need to know how many liters of cola do they actually consume. So I've taken a ballpark figure to be around 0.40 liters for 20% of high consumers, and remaining 80% consumes 0.20 liters. Then coming to moderate consumers, I've taken the number to be around 0.05 liters, and for low consumers, 0.025 liters daily. Now, what we need to do is we just need to multiply these numbers with the population that we have and then come up with the answer. Here you can see this 1.68 is around 20% are high consumers. Then 2.5 is moderate consumers that we have, and 3.36 are the low consumers that we have. Now, within this, I have just multiplied the 20% of high consumers with 0.40 liters. And similarly, I have done the rest of the calculation. Here, you can simplify your calculation because you are not concerned with the answer, right? You don't need to prove you're a mathematical genius. So you can just simplify the numbers, take instead of 1.68, take 2, or maybe, instead of 3.36, you can take the number to be around 3, just to simplify your calculation. And then whatever number you get, multiply that with the market share, that's 60% that we have taken here. And then what you get in the end is 0.37 million liters are consumed in Delhi per day by the people of Delhi. Again, so this is the problem. This is the approach that you need to keep in mind. You need to be well versed with the demographics and what's the population and all these things. Then take into account reasonable assumptions. Then you multiply the number of consumers who are high consumers, moderate, and low consumers with the actual consumption that you've taken. And then just that is the number that you come up with. That's the approximate liters of Coca-Cola sold in Delhi. So I hope this is useful. Let me know if you need any other help or if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Thank you.